The city of Jerusalem shimmered under the burning desert sun, holy, fragile, and surrounded by enemies waiting for it to fall. Priests whispered prayers, soldiers sharpened swords with trembling hands. Everyone felt the same dread. The kingdom of Jerusalem was dying, and the only person left to save it was a woman the world had underestimated, Sibylla of Jerusalem. But Sibylla did not rise in a moment of peace. Her story began in blood. From the moment she was born, Sibylla was treated like a prize, the golden daughter of a royal family that needed alliances more than love. Greedy nobles pushed suitors at her like hunters throwing meat to wolves. But Sibylla made a choice that shocked everyone. She married Guy de Lusignan. He was handsome, ambitious, a knight with a beautiful smile and a dangerous emptiness behind his eyes. The entire court warned her, but love can blind even a queen, and through that love, Jerusalem's fate changed forever. When her brother, the leper King Baldwin IV, finally died, the kingdom shook. On his deathbed, he begged the council not to trust Guy. He knew Guy was reckless, a man without wisdom or restraint. The nobles agreed. They demanded Sibylla remove him, divorce him, cast him aside. What Sibylla did next would define her forever. At her coronation, the crown was placed upon the altar. She walked forward, lifted it in her own hands, and placed it on her own head. Then she turned, eyes blazing, and crowned Guy beside her. The hall exploded with outrage. But Sibylla did not flinch. She made her choice, and she would defend it until her last breath. It was a choice that led to disaster. For across the desert, a giant was rising, Saladin, the greatest general of the age, leading an army that stretched across the horizon. Sibylla begged Guy to be cautious, to defend the kingdom slowly and strategically. He ignored her. He marched Jerusalem's entire army into an open desert, chasing glory. Saladin crushed them at the Battle of Hattin. The Holy Cross was captured. The Knights of Jerusalem were slaughtered. The kingdom's defenses were erased in one brutal day, and Guy was taken prisoner. Jerusalem was alone, terrified, defenseless, and every eye turned to Sibylla. Many expected her to run, to hide, to surrender. Instead, Sibylla did the unthinkable. She became the shield of a broken kingdom. When panic swept through the streets, she walked among the people, touching their shoulders, calming their fears. She ordered water for the thirsty, protection for the weak, and food for the starving. She entered hospitals filled with wounded men and prayed beside each one. She did not raise a sword, she raised courage. Inside the palace, she gathered the remaining commanders. Some doubted her, some mocked. Some believed a woman could not lead. But when she stood before them, they saw something they could not deny: not a queen, but the last hope of Jerusalem. Then came the moment everyone feared. Saladin's army arrived. A sea of banners, thousands of soldiers, siege towers rolling forward like mountains. Jerusalem was finished. Everyone knew it. But Sibylla climbed the walls anyway. Her golden hair whipped in the wind. Her face shone with determination. And for a moment, Saladin himself paused, because the queen did not look defeated. She looked ready to fight heaven itself. She negotiated fiercely, not for her crown, not for her pride, but for her people. She demanded mercy, protection, and safe passage for the innocent. And Saladin, moved by the strength of a woman who stood alone, agreed. Thousands lived, because Sibylla refused to kneel. Jerusalem fell, but it did not burn. After the fall, Sibylla followed Guy, still choosing the man she loved, even as the world called him her downfall. But tragedy struck again. Disease tore through their camp. One by one, her daughters died in her arms. And then Sibylla herself fell ill, far from the kingdom she had fought so hard to protect. She died quietly. No throne, no crown, no army mourning her. History almost forgot her. But the truth remains. When kings failed, when armies shattered, when the holy city stood on the edge of oblivion, a queen stepped forward, and she saved everyone she could. Sibylla did not defend Jerusalem with victory. She defended it with bravery. And sometimes the greatest queens are not the ones who win, but the ones who refuse to abandon their people when defeat is certain. If Queen Sibylla's courage touched you, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your favorite topic you want me to cover next. Your support brings forgotten queens back to life.